So welcome to What is the Earth Asking? Let me share my screen. So what is the Earth asking of us? We don't usually ask that question, do we? It usually goes the other way. We ask things of the Earth. We are taking all the time and may be grateful for what she's given, but we don't think anything of it. She's always there. There's always more to ask for, and we just do that. But now it's a different time. Now it's a different time. And she is responding to all of the things we've done in her own way. And now it's time for us to ask the earth, what does she want? Who is she? I talk about her like she was a real person. I talk about her like she's a being. And actually she is. Do you see her as a lover or a threat? Do you love being out in nature? Love being refreshed and renewed when you're out in nature? Love the challenges that nature throws at you and feel good about yourself when you conquer them? Or is she a threat? All fire and brimstone, hurricanes and forest fires, floods and droughts. Who is she? Who do you think she is? How are you responding to her? We talk about her as a mother, and certainly she is a source for us. That is where we came from. But she is way more than that. So James Lovelock, in his book Gaia, made such an interesting statement that has been so profound for me. Just awesome. Awesome when I think about it. And his statement was that why does the percentage of oxygen on Earth stay the same? And it's been the same for 65 million years. That's a long time. Earth has seen a lot of changes in that time. It's gone from anaerobic to aerobic life, life that uses oxygen. Didn't start out that way. And yet, the amount of oxygen, once it came, has stayed the same for 65 million years. It's a gas. It should disperse out into space. Why doesn't it do that? Well, he came to the conclusion, as did his partner, Lim Margulis, that it is maintained. It is consciously maintained, intentfully maintained. That is a shocking statement. The Earth itself maintains the oxygen level and has for 65 million years. How? She doesn't have a switch. There's no there up there. There's no person up there, swatting away things that doesn't want and putting stuff over the top to keep it down. Nobody's doing that. So how do we manage to keep the oxygen level the same? So I'm going to switch to talking about living systems for a minute. It's a different language, says the same thing. So I'm going to say all systems are wholes. And all wholes are composed of parts. I cannot say all systems are wholes. That is a wrong statement. I am going to say all wholes are composed of parts. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know where the other one came from. All wholes are composed of parts. All living wholes are selves. They have an identity. They know who they are. They have a membrane, an edge shape, a defined shape that they know is them and that they work to maintain. That's awesome right there. But every whole is composed of parts, and the parts all impact the whole, not all at the same time and not all in the same way. But every part is vital and needed to that whole. Okay, so let's talk about a living system we're pretty familiar with, us. We're a whole, right? Our bodies are wholes, composed of all sorts of parts. Fingers and ears and toes and noses, livers and pancreas, lungs and skin cells. All of those parts are important, vital. We can get along without fingers and toes to some extent, not well. Get along without an ear, not well. Can't get along without a liver. Can't get along without lungs, gotta have them. But more, I think importantly in a way, is all of the different selves, different beings in our tummies, all the bacteria that have to be there for us to be alive. We need those suckers. They have to be there. We're a biosphere of our own. We're filled with living things, just like the earth. The Earth's body is composed of all the trillions and trillions of parts, of selves, of wholes that live here. We are part of the body of Earth. We are just as necessary as our skin cells, our livers, and the bacteria in our tummy. We are intrinsic to the whole. That is awesome. So how is oxygen maintained on the planet? By all the living creatures following the prime directive. Thank you, Jeannie Benyus from Biomimicry. And that prime directive is that all actions create the conditions that support life. Wow. All actions create the conditions that support life. Not existence, life, the joy of life, the thrill of being alive. We love being alive. All actions create the conditions that support life. And life works to manage the integrity of the whole. It works to make sure that the whole is healthy and thrives. And she has done that for millions and millions and millions of years. It is only now, through our efforts, only in like the last 200 years, we have managed to upset the apple cart. It's going to be hard on her, but it's going to be harder on us. Because life loves life. Life is fierce about life. Life will survive, but it may look very different. What sorts of visions do we hold in our mind about what life should be? These are some of the visions that I know we hold. Lots of stuff, grandeur, being special, being entitled. When I look at pictures of the future, I see pictures like Dubai here. huge buildings of glass and concrete and sweeping arcs and cars flying in the sky. What I don't see are trees or plants of any kind, children or animals, all the messy parts. And that's what we're getting, right? We're getting a planet on which no life will survive, but it will be filled with stellar buildings. Fukushima there, nuclear power, our lust for power, our lust for power. That's what these all reflect. A very human-centric, entitled lust for power. So what makes us happy? That stuff or this? Trees and sunlight, the breeze in our hair, the smells, rich earth, flowers, an elephant under a waterfall, delighting in the water, which makes your heart go pitty-pat. That's what we need. We need to trust our hearts. We need to move away from those grandiose visions and come home to who we are. Come home to life. Work to make life thrive. That, I think, is the vision that the earth holds for herself. She's been really busy for millions and millions of years, generating life at all sizes, all kinds, anaerobic and aerobic. She's got life going everywhere on this planet. And she is fiercely protective of that life. Not the specifics, but the fact that it's here and that it's thriving. And so she's changing now, and that change will bring forth other kinds of life that are comfortable with those changes. It is our option, I believe, to partner with those new changes, and in so doing, become new beings in our own right, and to truly partner with the planet to be a co-creator. So who can we trust? We don't trust each other, at least in this country. We often don't trust ourselves. We don't know where to get information we can trust. So who can we trust? What can we trust? The only thing we can trust is life. Life loves life. Life is fierce about life. Life will be here. The question is, can we help life thrive and therefore find ourselves useful and in a place on this planet? Denying life will not do that. Pretending it doesn't exist will not do that. Pretending we don't hear won't do that. Creating more lifeless places will not do that. Only seeking life will keep us here. Trusting that in us, we can hear that. We all hear that. We always do. We deny it, we dismiss it. We choose to do something else instead. I don't know why we would do that, but we do. So now is the time to hold fast to the life in ourselves and in everything else, to become a willing partner in helping that life thrive. So how do we listen? We can listen through meditation. Meditation quiets the mind. We stop talking to ourselves, which is what we do in there mostly. And when you stop talking to yourself, when you stop adding to the thoughts, it settles And when it settles, you can see and hear new things that were there all the time, but were clobbered by all the chatter. So meditation helps you release that chatter, learn how to let it go, to not get involved in it, and to see what else is there and to hear with new ears those conversations. So meditation is a wonderful way to start, thing to do. But it's our heart, you know. It's our heart, which is where life lives. That's the thread, the core, the place where we are most alive. And we experience that through our emotions. Some of us don't feel. We have so dampened down that part of ourselves, we don't even notice that it's there. You can ask some people what they feel and they can't tell you. They have no idea. So we need to revitalize that. We need to open up that sensory, that emotional mind-body connection that gives us vitality, that gives us joy, that allows us to connect to the rest of the world. That's where we connect. We see a dog looking sad. We know that dog is sad. He hasn't spoken to us, but his body language tells us he's sad. We experience that feeling through that body. A wilting plant is the same way. We feel sad for a wilting plant. But new springs of life bring joy, the same joy that those little sprouts feel when they're out and able to see and feel and experience the world for the first time. It's through our emotions and through our heart that we listen and engage. The resilient value set is something that I've developed over the years, and it's not mine. It's something that I have researched and pulled together from so many people who did listen, who did take time to look at how life happens on this planet. What are the kinds of things that life does that makes it thrive, that makes it healthy, vibrant? And these are what those are. So you can talk about diversity and difference. It's difference that allows us to fit. If we're the same, we just pile up. And that's not a stable structure at all, but fitting, where we serve each other, where each has something that the other can use, that everything we have is valuable to someone. That fitting is what makes life thrive. It gives it resilience. And it's the caring in relationships, making relationships thrive, that allows that fit to happen. It's not force, it's love, it's caring that makes us fit. So I urge you to learn about this. Take some of the classes I'm offering. Get involved in the Coming Home Project. Those are places to begin to explore this and to really experience how different it makes your life. To truly, truly engage with diversity. How would your life look different if you really worked at enhancing diversity? Not diminishing it, getting it round. I mean, we're so geared to do standardization, right? To have everything the same. And it does this, and we know what it is, and it's not exciting, and it's boring, and it's not alive. Because life does not do that. Everything is different every day, every hour, every minute. Nothing is the same. So diversity is a joy. How does that change your life? How do you engage in life differently when you truly appreciate the richness of diversity? How do we listen? By getting your hands in the dirt. And when you get your hands in the dirt, you want to make it soil. It's soil that is alive. Dirt's not alive, it's dead. Soil holds water. Soil holds trillions of living things. It's through soil that plants communicate, that trees talk to each other. It's soil that allows water to flow when there's no rain, because the soil holds water and it transmits water. Dirt does not. So get your hands in the soil. There's bacteria in the soil that actually make you healthy, believe it or not. Soil that clears your mind, gives you peace. Soil is rich, it's a live, vital organism, and it spreads throughout the earth. And we have been killing it for centuries. So get your hands in the dirt and make it soil. You've got dirt around your house, I'm sure. There's some dirt you can access somewhere. Pay attention to the earthworms. They should be fat and wiggly. If they're skinny, they're starving. Really pay attention to how you can bring dirt back to life. On my websites, I've got pages about soil. I've got pages about edible landscapes, which is a great way to get your hands in the dirt. And I've got a page about making mini forests. You can create a forest the size of your house, which is not very big, the size of 6 parking spaces. You can make a forest. And in 3 years, that forest becomes self-sustaining, and it brings back plants and animals and birds and insects that used to be here. So learn how to do that. Use that as a way to get your hands in the soil. Is it too late? I don't think so. It's too late to go back. We're not going back. It will never be as cold as it was. We've lost that ice. Ice is what helped make it cold, and it's gone. However, life continues. Life changes. It transforms. And so can we. This is a picture of the overshoots of Earth, the different areas where we have used way more than the Earth had to offer our species. We've taken what other species used. There used to be 6 million buffalo on the plains. Can you imagine that many bison? Flowing through the plains like water. They ate grass, they pooped, the grass grew, they ate grass, they pooped, the grass grew. It was a wonderful ecological system that kept itself healthy and thriving. We destroyed all those buffalo. There's maybe 1,000 or more now. And they're not wandering around the plains either. We've taken over that land. It's not vibrant anymore. It's parking lots. So we have taken way more than the earth had to offer. And now we're starting to see the consequences of that. So we need to pull in, not use so much. We need to learn to be different, especially in the energy field, to use way less energy. When I think back in history, we had vibrant civilizations that were just incredibly creative and rich. In India, in China, philosophically deep, clever, artistic. And they did not use power in the same way we do. We have gotten so addicted and enamored around power, and that we're going to have to let go. But life can be rich and thrilling without it. That's my point. It looks different, yes, but maybe not as different as we think. But we have to learn to partner. We have to learn how to manage heat. We have to be fewer people. We will be fewer people because not all of us are going to make this shift. But we have to choose to be fewer people as well. We talked about that at one point, and we did a little bit, but we're designed, we've created a situation where we think we need more, and we've got to just stop that and see what's here and be content with what we see and what we have. Shift our understanding of technology and shift our minds. We know what's right and we don't do it. We all do this. I do this. I get this insight and I go, oh, I should do it. And I don't. Part of my spiritual training has been to listen to that and do it. And then it's taken me decades. Speaks for itself. It is our mind that is our greatest enemy. Our heart knows. Trust it. Be willing to let go of those things that don't feed your heart. Is there hope? There's always hope. But I think there's more than hope. I truly do. I think we have an incredible opportunity to partner with the planet in a brand new way, something that's never been done before. The indigenous people have been caretakers for a very long time. And there's another place where you can begin to see a whole different use and understanding of technology. We laugh at those superstitions, but those superstitions have kept them alive for thousands and thousands of years, and they have kept the earth rich, vibrant, and thriving for thousands and thousands of years. So maybe we've got something to learn there. Love life in every form we see it. Work to evoke more, to make it thrive, to be vibrant. I truly believe that only those who love life will stay here. It is going to take us reframing what that looks like, truly trusting the experience inside that says, yes, this is right, and not worrying about anything else. We can do it. That is our transformation as humans. To begin to partner, to understand how she works, understand what she requires, and do the same things she does. It's not rocket science. Act like the planet. And prime yourself. Practice giving up stuff and the use of power. How can you minimize your footprint in those ways? What do you have to do to make that happen? Life is calling us. It really wants to dance with us. It wants us to be here. Let's join it and make that happen. My website is bridge2partnership.com. That's bridge2partnership.com. And if you're spiritually inclined, you might find my other website, living-regeneratively.world, interesting. And if you want to enjoy community, then join my community at community.living-regeneratively.world. I would love to see you there. We can talk together, work together, play together, learn together. It is a place to do all of those things together. It's not a website. It's truly a community. So join me. I'll be back and we can have more conversations like this. Talk to you soon.